Hello, everybody. It's Jim Manning. I am the author of Patriotism, Unhinged. The book is available worldwide through online retailers. Through my life, I was an investigator. I had a license as a private investigator. However, I sold law books, and most of my work was done for law firms that I sold books to. And I got to the point where it was becoming like somebody that goes fishing or somebody that goes bowling. I just enjoyed the chase and the hunt. And so with that, I never stopped. And of course, most of that had to do with the Kennedy assassination because my life was threatened, number one. And number two, it looked like you couldn't get any information anywhere. And so to me, I approached it like maybe a city detective would, and not somebody who was more academically involved with a lot of what I considered minutia. So that's why I'm sort of direct and to the point on what I found and what I believe. I'm not saying you have to believe me. I'm just saying that after 55 years of somebody who's been at it steadily, it is an option. It is a much better option than the one that government has been hiding for 62 years. And so with that, if you have an interest, this is a good place to start. The other thing that happened about the same time that they were talking about this is now Jack Kennedy and Dulles. Dulles told Jack Kennedy that they had been approached by MI6 because MI6 wanted to kill a British general by the name of Brooke.
Alan Brooks.
Yeah. And they wanted some help from our CIA. And as I understand it...
What they wanted to do, they wanted to keep their hands clean and let us handle the dirt.
Sure. And Kennedy went bonkers. Absolutely not, and all this. And then it happened anyway.
Yep, we went around him.
And so when he fired Dulles, Bissell, and General Cabell, he was getting back at them for that too, as well as the line about the planes in the Bay of Pigs. And I know you probably weren't involved in that, but do you know anything about it?
Very little.
No. What do you think about the idea that they used Tippett's head, and that was the reason that Jackie and Bobby Kennedy said it doesn't look like him? I never believed that story. I think,
I didn't either.
No. I think, the Tippett family had funerals and, how would they have done that? And, but you don't think so either? No.
Before we get away from the point about Kennedy, JFK, when he gave his speech, just when he wanted to break up the CIA into 1,000 pieces and destroy it. Well, nobody took him serious until he turned the paperwork in to actually dissolve the CIA.
Yeah.
And when he decided to dissolve it, the CIA said he had to go. This, and they took the gloves off, and they gave Chicago the green light.
Right.
We was going to Kennedy in Chicago on the, what they call a bottleneck, and hillside over there by Joseph's Restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
Joseph's Restaurant, again, is up on a little hill. Where we aimed down, we could get the Kennedys to come through there on the bottleneck. Tony Accardo, he nixed that one. He said, no, you're not going to do it here. He said, we do it in our backyard. He said, we're not going to make any money for the next 100 years.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
What about the agent that's busted it up, supposedly?
Well, there wasn't an agent. Well, that was the black agent.
The Secret Service guy.
Yeah, Abraham Bolden. But there was a call that was made, and it was claimed that Lee Harvey Oswald tipped off somebody. And
and Abraham found weapons in a
Yeah.
hotel room.
Yeah.
So if you would speak on that for just a minute, what I'll do is I'll build that into kind of a progression of Chicago to Florida to Dallas, because I think the big meat of this in terms of your involvement in the shooting in Dallas might play out as Chicago, this happened.
Well, the fact that he knows that there was a plan for Chicago.
Yes, so that should be kind of, if you could flesh that out a little bit.
All right.
Plan for Chicago and even maybe how Florida played into it.
Well, I don't know about Florida. I do know that you're familiar with at least the plan, like you just said, the bottleneck and whatever. So we could pick that up. Jim, whenever Kennedy was going to plan to be assassinated, it's thought that the assassination might happen in Chicago. And could you expand a little bit on that?
Well, the FBI actually knew that we had planned to kill Kennedy in Chicago. And they also knew that we planned to kill him in Dallas. Now, you've probably heard of the Armory, right?
Yes.
It's a restaurant. Well, the FBI had their whole place wired. We didn't know it. So we're laughing and joking about, zipper operation. No. The reason we heard that name was we figured but because Kennedy couldn't keep it in his pants.
Yeah, right.
So we joked about it and everything else. And we sit around and we talked about things in the Armory, about getting it done, doing this and doing that. And but the FBI could never use the case in court because they didn't have permission to wear the building. They wore it illegally.
Right.
So.
Yeah. Okay. And then it could have happened in Florida because there was a team, I guess, that was involved down there with a lot of like Jerry Hemmings and his pals down there, and unfortunately, that fellow, remember his name now.
Joseph Miltier.
Miltier, yeah. Joe Miltier bungled that by giving away all the information to Somerset, and it was being recorded, and that stopped the attempt in Florida because they didn't drive them in. They took them in a helicopter, but it wasn't a chance at.
Yeah.
As you can see, with all the time I've spent with Mr. Fowles, he's very precise. Everything is a matter of do this, then you do that. You do this, you do that. I mean, there's a program that he follows, and he doesn't necessarily have time to think about, what the right thing and the wrong thing in life is. He just moves through, and that's the reason they use him so much.
Truck didn't come in until the following morning, but he got in that night, and we went there to do the execution, to take this guy and whack him and put him in the pig farm. And the reason we fed him to the pigs love human flesh, and they love human blood.
But that was on orders of David Phillips, not Sam J. Conlon.
Yeah.
That's important.
David Phillips told us to go there, and they want to get rid of somebody that says take care of business and make this guy go away. And so they say make him go away. They don't want the body found.
And where was this guy? What were the circumstances?
I don't know what the circumstances was, and I didn't ask.
No.
Well, but you said you were there. So
yeah, I was there. But
where
I went there one reason to see this guy, to see what he looked like, to make sure I got the right guy and not get the wrong guy. When they pointed the man out, I didn't ask no name, and I didn't ask why.
That's right.
I don't care what the reason was. They had their reasons.
Did you go up and introduce yourself?
No, I didn't go up and introduce myself. No, they pointed the man out to me.
Yeah.
He was the target. That guy right there. And that's it. And I'm not going to ask no names. Well, why do you want to get rid of him?
Right.
I'd have been the next guy to go to the pig farm.
No.
When Sam told me to go kill somebody, I didn't say why.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, Sam. It was done.
Right.
I was at work, Stateville Prison, in the print shop. I'm in the print shop for, 18 years, 14, 16 years, something like that. And the counselor came and got me from work, took me back to his office, and he called up the lawyer in Chicago. And the lawyer asked me if I would take credit and say that I hit these couple of people, 2 murders they want me to carry to save 2 old men in prison. That's going to die in prison. And I said, no, I won't take credit for that. I said, everything I've said so far, nobody's ever caught me in a lie. And I'm not going to say I killed somebody when I didn't kill them and take the rap for somebody else.
Right.
I said, tell them like they told me, Jimmy boy, be a good boy, go do the time. You got to do the time. You tell the old man, hey, you got to do the crime.
Yeah.
So you got to do the time for it. So that was it. And the counselor, when he got me and put me on the phone, he started to walk away. I caught him by the shirt sleeve, brought him back. I turned the phone up sideways so he could hear it. And he said he couldn't believe the lawyer asked me to do something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But they wanted me to take the rap for a double murder in Chicago. I think one was, I forget the names of the guys now. I think there was killed out there at Bensonville. He owned a plastics company. Can't think of his name now.
Danny Seifert.
Yeah, Danny Seifert. They want me to take the murder rap on that for Joey Lombardo, Joey the Clown.
Mm-hmm.
And Joey the Clown and me, we were friends. We grew up together. And Joey the Clown is known as Joey Lombardo. They call him the Clown. And him and me actually did a little bit of time together. And but the 2 guys they sent out there to kill Danny Seifert, they blew the head. I mean, they blew it bad. They killed him all right, but it was a sloppy job. So I wasn't about to take credit for that.
I'm developing deeper relationships and finding people who have gone deep on Mr. Fowles long before I did and have personal connections with him and are giving me their opinions as to these different events. And so we're building what will probably someday be an irrefutable category of information that wouldn't be possible to refute. Jim Scott is an excellent researcher. His specialty was James Fowles. He's a former Marine major. He was a graduate of the Citadel and has been closely connected to his classmates who have risen up in the government and had a privy to information that most people would never be able to have. So he's an expert on Fowles. Ole Demigart did a podcast, Mike Jacobs' show, with Jim Scott and with Mr. Fowles. And while Mr. Demigart kind of takes over the whole thing, it's because he has been studying this probably longer than anybody. And he had all these questions, and he just asked Jim one question after another. And so that would be something that people that are interested in Jim would want to see, that, because it's very enlightening. It's a JCO podcast. It features Jim Fowles, so that's the way you would probably look it up.
Regarding the JFK files, I have gone through all of them. My God. And the level of nonsense that is there is like, I don't know, they say, if you go to Wikipedia, they say that they release somewhere between 250,000 and 300,000 pages. I haven't counted them. So if that's true, then I've gone through 250,000 to 300,000 pages, scrolled through, and I think it's more like maybe 80,000 in total. It's still a lot. And I found that about 95% has nothing to do with JFK. I mean, zero. But here we're being buried in documents instead. And I think that is very much part of a psychological operation just to shut us up and bury us in this. So anyway, I've been looking for names like James Fowles. Yeah, right. That has never occurred anywhere. But there have been tiny little nuggets where if you know what to look for, you really need to know who to look for. I have found stuff like this, which has been helpful. Don't wait for the truth to come from somewhere else. We have to find it ourselves. And here we have this incredible opportunity to be in direct contact with you, James, with your knowledge of so many different things. So I know that you, after Dealey Plaza, you went to Chicago, you debriefed all of these things, but then during 64, the following year, you went through different treatments where you hardly remember anything of that year. And I think this is that's very important to understand, that your memory has been messed with. And I think for a reason, for you not to remember certain things about that event, but that you were so valuable to them that they didn't want to get rid of you. So if I could ask you, if I say names, if you say, yes, I saw this guy in Dealey Plaza, if you could please tell me where and so on, to help put this picture together. Is that okay with you? Yes. So you mentioned before in different interviews that Frank Sturgis was there, that he was in a green bomber jacket. He also claimed and bragged about him being that he shot JFK. So I've never been able to completely position him in Dealey Plaza when the shots were fired. But where you said that you saw him down the grassy knoll to your left, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Did you see
but
where he went?
Up, almost off of Elm Street. He was back up not on the street. He was back up, and I would say probably 40 feet, 50 feet from the sidewalk to the left.
So is that the only place you saw him? Did you see where he went? Because he was not there.
What he did. Mine had one track. I had one track mind.
Yeah,
I was dead set on my target.
Completely understand that. So you also said that you saw Orlando Bosch, Dr. Death.
Yes.
Yeah. Was he in a light suit, like almost silver colored or light gray with a hat on?
I don't remember what he was wearing, because
so where did you see?
Dressed, but I couldn't describe his clothes.
Where did you see him? Do you remember?
He was up by Houston Street.
Okay, so Freddie Lugo
across, nice fella. His name is McCarthy, Tim McCarthy, and he was a diligent person who sometimes would read the book 3 times just so he would remember everything in it. And he really just amazed me with his knowledge of it for somebody that didn't consider himself a researcher, and many other people. And so as we, continue to try to bring this truth out, we have some other things that we're thinking about doing that will involve these other people as well. And it takes a lot of people to try to make some noise whenever somebody like the government with unlimited funds and unlimited power are trying to keep you from it.